I am back doing I don't know if it's going to be quick. Y'all have me talking sometimes. Doing another session. I'm talking about how to get over your fear of charging more as part of one, Maintain Your Momentum, my 31-day series, but also this whole concept, this conversation of, transitioning from freelance to full-time. I don't have my glasses on yet, so I'm going to just say, hey, back at ya. So my little squinty eyes here, but I do love your questions. And if you're new to me, you can type in NEW. If you're feeling this session and the one before it, definitely feel free to share it with your followers. Even if they can't catch it now, they can watch the replay, right? And engage. If you know one person, two people, maybe a few people who you're like, damn, they need to hear this right now. Okay, I'm going to jump in, right? What did I do to get over the fear of charging? This is my second time in your group. Yay! One of the things I mentioned before is that when you're trying to pay the bills, it's difficult. So write this down. Startups don't pay up right away. So I had to start off with a savings, and then when that dwindled down, I got what I call my cushion. Now, I teach my entrepreneurs. Any of you making money right now on PayPal, making money, selling your stuff right now. One of the things I teach inside of Triple X Success, which is the workshop, you can get access to it on my shop.sistersense.com. Hello, Tracy. Mwah! I catch you today. Awesome. Well, you catch me today. One of the things I talked about inside of that is how I created my cushion. So I had to get over the fear of charging. You're an angel investment coach is here again. Hello, welcome to you. Our investment coach is here, y'all. One of the things that I had to do was get out of this space of feeling like I was in survival mode. That required a cushion. Okay, so for those of you who have businesses and you're bringing in money specifically via PayPal, I talk about different strategies I use to create my cushion. The first thing I did was get a personal account. I go into it in more detail inside. A personal loan. But of course that was crazy interest, so I'll never do that again. But I had to work that out. So anyway. I learned how to create a cushion and that I share what does different age and perhaps the right way. I shared what I learned inside of Triple X Success, but that was a big thing for me. Okay, so when I had a cushion, I felt comfortable charging more because I didn't feel like I need to bring in anything to make sales. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I had to get into a space where I was clear about what I needed, right? I was clear about what I needed. So for some of you guys, you say, I want to hit the six-figure level, or, I want to bring in $5,000, or I want to bring in $10,000, or, you say you want to bring in a certain amount of money, but are you clear on if that's the amount of money you really need? And are you clear on the number of clients you really need to be happy? Okay, so one of the things I talk about inside of Triple X Success is my 10/10s. So I said to myself, and this is, I started it's called my 3K challenge, okay? I said, okay, LaShanda, if you could bring in, using a $10 product, if you could do 10 sales a day, $100 a day for 30 days, and bring in $3,000, could you do that, right? So, hey, how are you? I knew at the time I wasn't comfortable charging like uber amounts of money, like thousands of dollars. I just couldn't do it. So I created the 3K challenge in part because I challenged myself to be able to learn how to sell a $10 product. Came in at a great time. Awesome. How to sell a $10 product, how to sell a $100 product and make real money from that. Okay. And it's funny because one of the things I learned, and I think I learned this from Oprah, is that at the end of the day, if you can learn how to turn dollars, like dollars, into thousands of dollars, then if you ever get to the $1 million, $1 billion level and drop down, you will never be out of income. Because trust and believe, the entrepreneurs I know that are no longer in business are the ones that it was easy for them to get a $5,000 or a $10,000 or a $50,000 $3,000 contract. But when those contracts dried up, they didn't know what the hell to do because they could not figure out how to make money from small products. Process is definitely transferable. Absolutely. So for me, the LPP price point actually was a gift in disguise. You know, for some people it's a curse when you say you can't charge and you're afraid to charge, but it was a gift in disguise. I talk about my mentor, Rochelle, and how we work together. LPP, low price point products. I talk about the 4 different types of products inside of my workshop, XXX Success, that I use to sustain my business. One of them is low price point products. So for me, that's anything like under $250, $100, $5, $7, stuff like that. And Rochelle used to laugh at me. She used to go, you and your 1010s. And I was like, I'm going to get it, Rochelle. I'm going to make it happen. And when I learned how to do the 1010s and make $3,000 a month selling my stuff online, I could then go from 5,000. When I broke 5,000, I said, Rochelle, bless God, I broke 5. And she was like, yeah, girl. And then I went and then I broke that and I got to 7,000 and then I broke that. And I was telling the ladies I started off this year with close to $30,000 in revenue. And, you know, that came from learning how to do this from a very low level. Love this. Thank you. Hello. Welcome, y'all. I'm talking about how I really just kind of overcome that fear, okay? Now, again, a part of that was the 1010s and challenging myself. I mentioned to you all on the other part of this, hey, welcome newbies and OGs, all y'all here to get focused and fired up with me right now. One of the things I talked about was learning to diversify, right? I had to learn how to diversify. That meant for me, in addition to having that cushion that I talked about, that meant that for my tribe, this is a great sister from my city. Listen and follow her. Awesome. Trendy Socialite is here. What? Oh my goodness, fellow North Carolina in the building. Mwah. I'm glad to have you here, sweetie. It's awesome when you've got some trailblazers in your circle behind your corner, right? So yes, back to what I was saying, right? I want to make sure that I stay on track with you guys. For me, I diversified, right? I started to not only sell web services, but then I started to sell graphics design services. And then I started to sell ebooks. And then I was starting to say to people, okay, if you want to advertise on my website, come and advertise on the website. And then I saw people talking about AdSense, right? And I was like, well, I have this website and I'm getting all this traffic and I'm blogging. First couple of months, real talk, I barely made 5 cents with AdSense. I learned how to bring in $10,000 in revenue for the year in AdSense, okay? So for me, overcoming the fear, because it takes a while. You can't just completely eliminate fear. You can't just tell yourself, well, charge more. Figure out how to value yourself. I tell people all the time, I can't say the word I want to say because my little son is in front of me right now, but that's BS. If you are an introvert or you are somebody who has self-esteem issues, it is a process, right? Or you are somebody who is right now trying to pay the bills and feed the baby. You are going to do what you need to do to survive. So while I was trying to build up my skin, I had that cushion. And then I started to diversify and sell different things, right? So some folks to tell you, yeah, exactly. So when I wasn't bringing in $200 or $300, even though it was a little bit, then I had that $20 product that people were paying me to be, submit to my website. Then I had my AdSense that was bringing me $200 and $300 or $400 coming in the month, right? And then I had people saying, LaShanda, can you make a flyer for me for $100? So I was bringing in different types of revenue. I could tell you this, the same thing I told people several years ago is the thing I tell you today. I don't know what's going to sell today, but doggone it, I know something is going to sell today. Because I've got all these different platforms. So one of the things that I teach people is how to repurpose their material and how to dig deep into your profession. So I did not go, okay, well, I'm going to do your website today. I could do your hair tomorrow. I could babysit your kids. I could write you a book. Everything that I did stems from web design, whether people were paying me to advertise on my site, whether I was writing a book for somebody or doing a graphics cover. It all stemmed from that one area of expertise, okay? So you got to dig deep. So I said to you guys, I'm actually doing a training in Williamsburg, Virginia in a couple of weeks. Yes, just submitted my resignation. This is good for me. Oh my goodness, girl, did you? Woo, that's something right there, right? You know you be in your feelings when you're like, okay, I'm not coming back, Lord, I'm not coming back. But that's awesome, Adia, that's awesome. So for me, I've got the, she took that leap, exactly, you got to take that leap. I've got BYOC, right? So build your own community over at byoc.sistersense.com. Williamsburg, Virginia. We're going to go to the resort for 3 days. We're going to knock it out, and I'm going to help some ladies create their own membership websites, okay? That's happening in a couple of weeks. If you are interested, you can go to byoc.sistersense.com. It includes your accommodation. So you come, you bring your WordPress website. I'm going to show you how to monetize it, okay? So I learned, and this is before I started to charge more, I learned how to diversify and start bringing in money from different revenue streams, okay? So for those of you who are new to me, let me give you my equation, my Sister Sense Keep It Steady equation, which I break down inside of many platforms. Like I mentioned to you guys, I did my XXX Success Workshop, which is basically my system to how I make money, how I make it clear and make it happen, which is over on my site, shop.sistersense.com. So here's the equation for those of you who are new. So several people said, LPP, what's that? LPP, low price point products, okay? That's number one. HPP, high price point products. So I sell my services for $500, $1,000, $2,500, $4,500 and up. Those are the high price point products, okay? And then I have my PIPs. That's passive income. So that whether I do anything or not, that money is coming in all day, every day. So a membership subscription website where people sign up, they talk to me twice a month, or they access my trainings and my tutorials, that and affiliate marketing or all other products, that's OPP. So affiliate marketing for me is OPP, other people's products. So AdSense, advertising, Amazon stores, which I actually was teaching the ladies how to do last week. We set up their Amazon stores inside of my mastermind. Those are the 4 different platforms, or rather the 4 different revenue streams. I said to myself, okay, people keep asking me how the hell I'm making money, so I have to sit down and be able to share my system. So when I looked at where my money was coming from, that's how I created this equation. I was like, wait, I've got these passive income streams, affiliate marketing, these digital products, these services, and I created that equation. So LPP, low price point products, OPP, other people's products, PIP, passive income. So when I tell you guys come out to Virginia for the 2-day intensive to build your own membership website on WordPress, that's passive income, okay? And then also for me, the LPPs, HPPs, OPPs, and PIPs, okay? Tracy says super smart. Thank you, sweetie. And that's where it is. So for me, overcoming the fear, I didn't even overcome the fear at first. I was just trying to find, multiple ways to bring money in, right? One of the things that I thought about as a service professional, I thought about the accountant, because the accountant is a service professional who's hot when it's tax season and then not when it's not tax season, right? So I knew that as a web designer, at the ending of the year or the new year, everybody was excited about web gigs. But came summertime, when folks wanted to go on vacation and they had to take their kids out and they go into the Bahamas and the Jamaica and all this good stuff, they ain't had no money for me. So I had high seasons and I had low seasons, right? Back to driving, carry on. Okay, focus on your driving, right? Yes, so y'all can relate. Anybody have peak seasons and low seasons in their business? You can relate, right? So as somebody who was afraid to charge ridiculous amounts of money for stuff, I had to ensure that whether I was at a high season or a peak season, I always had something to sell, okay? Fitness, same way during the summer. Okay, so you get me. So one of my acronyms, I've got different things that I teach. It's an acronym that I created. Always have something to S. Always have something to say. Always have something to share. And always have something to sell. Okay? I'm always sharing something. I teach all the time. I'm always selling something. There's always a product. And I'm always saying something, whether you see me on the blog or on YouTube or on Periscope, I'm always visible to my community. If you are missing a piece of those three things, whether you are afraid to charge or not, you're going to have difficulty selling. So maybe you've got products, but you're never sharing anything and you're never saying anything, right? You're just kind of sitting there waiting for people to get to the website. Or maybe you love to talk, right? I had a client I was talking to very recently. She has her own podcast show, but she ain't selling nothing, right? So you love to talk and you love to share and you're giving out motivational messages every way, but you have no products, right? You got to have all three. Always have something to say, always have something to sell, always have something to share. And that is how, even though that's me, okay, so you get what I'm saying. Even though I was charging low, some people don't even get it today. They'll say, LaShanda, how is it that you do calls for $30? Consultation calls for $30? What the hell, you crazy? I learned how to make that work for me, okay? One of the things I teach, and some of y'all need to just go get XXX Success, real talk. Nothing to sell, but always motivating, right? Okay. So you know what I talk about how I essentially, how's the best way for me to describe this for you? How I essentially put together my system of money markers, okay? So money markers is a system that I created to figure out how to make money on a regular basis, okay? And so in that system, I came to, and you can go inside of XXX Success and you can do it. It's an Excel sheet that you can put in the prices that you want, the amount of money that you make, and I created a system to help me get clear about this. But putting together the money marker system, I found what I think is the best thing on God's green earth, and it is my sweet spot. Okay, so I showed the ladies, I showed them how to put in the numbers and price their products, right? And then I said, okay, well, I'm going to just give you just a snapshot of some of the things that I sell, my LPPs, my HPPs, my OP, all that stuff. I gave them a snapshot, and with less than 30 products, I think it was actually 25 products, I showed them how I can bring in $8,000 in sales with less than 30 sales, okay? So one of the things that I had to learn was how you balance this crap out and you're afraid to charge, right? So I don't have to worry about selling a 99-cent ebook and getting 1,000 people to buy that 99-cent ebook for me to make $1,000. By combining the passive income, some things that were low, some things that were high, I was able to find, damn, I can make 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000. Hell, I could make $15,000 this month if I'm strategic about less than 30 sales, okay? Some of you guys don't need a lot of sales to make money, and that helped me. That helped me curb this feeling of I need to charge more, okay? Now, do you create all those products? Yes, everything. I don't do white label. Everything that I make, I've created, but I've been doing this for 16 years, and one of the things I tell people is I repurpose everything, even these scopes. So as I am pouring into you, you go to now.sistersense.com and you pay for these replays and you pour back into me. You pour back into me. I repurpose everything, okay? And what I do, when I work with the ladies inside my circle, is I help them create content. That's actually what I'm talking about at Paracon Live, which is the amazing event happening in April at in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm talking about C-rated, how to turn your cool content into cash flow. That's what I do. So whether somebody's paying me to talk to them on the phone, they're paying me because they're watching my videos, they're paying me because I'm building them a website, they're paying me because they're coming out to my event. Somebody's paying me to do something today. Okay? Somebody. And every $50, every $1,000, every $1, every $8, it all comes together. So when I mentioned to you at the beginning of this session, I said, I have to have a cushion, right? Once you have a cushion, boom, right? Boom, that boom goes the dynamite. First for me is having that cushion. So making sure that at least 2 to 3 months cushion, whether it's the savings or the hubby or cutting back, whatever, I had that. Then it was, okay, now that I have this cushion, I'm going to start to snowball the money, right? So money comes in. $10 came in. Okay, good. $100 came in. Okay, bless God. Whoo, that 15 came in today. Yes. When the voice starts to elevate. Yes. I don't touch it. I don't touch it. I let the money sit there and build. I don't need to touch it because I got my cushion. My cushion's paying my bills. And then what I do is I mentioned to you on the previous Periscope session when I talked about, I'm doing for a couple of sessions talking about how I go from full-time to freelance to full-time, right? I said to you all, every Tuesday, I got an 8 a.m. message that from my Google Calendar that says pay yourself, okay? So I know I only need to take out but so much. I know what account I need to put $500 in, what account needs $1,500, what account needs $200. I don't just get the money in and spend it or get the money in and pay a bill. I let the money accumulate. So there's always a cushion and there's always strategy behind how I shuffle things, okay? Because if you just spend it out real quick or the minute, like some of you, and let me tell you as a service professional, right? My fellow service professionals, y'all know what this feels like. When somebody pay you and the minute they pay you, you go and pay your bill, then you have no money and you got the funky face on because you're like, nah, I'm still broke and I got to do all this damn work. Talking about, right? So you broke and you got to do all this damn work. You're not happy. You got the funky face on. So I don't do that. If somebody pays me, that shiznit will sit in there for a good 2 weeks to 3 months. I don't need to touch it because there's other money coming in, right? There's other revenue streams coming in. And that makes the process, right? Y'all know the funky face. That makes the process a lot better. You can spend more. Great. But then there are occasions where somebody says to me, oh, good Lord, LaShanda, the rent needs to be paid. My baby boy just crashed the car. I know I just gave you $1,000, but I need it back. So if you could give that back to me, or I need you to cancel that account. I've given people money back and not batted an eye about it. What's funny is one of the ladies in my circle, she bought a 30-day challenge from me about 2 days ago. She bought a 30-day challenge. I tell you, people get so freaked out when I do this. But the challenge needs to be updated, so I refunded her the money. People go, what? Why did you give me money back? And I'm like, well, the challenge needs to be updated, sweetie. I'll let you know when I have a new one. And that's it. I'm okay with refunding. Or if somebody has an emergency and they said they were going to work with me, but they need the money back, I'm okay because of the cushion and because I let the money snowball in there. But you have to have different revenue streams. Somebody said, do you create all your products? Yes. Did I create them all overnight? Absolutely not. So at the beginning of this year, I did my brand Blogging for Beginners Mastermind. Right now, I'm doing my Maintain Your Momentum Mastermind. After that, I'm doing a 100-day blog challenge, and then I've got the Build Your Own Community event happening in Virginia, and then after that, I'm going to be speaking, right? I just had a client come back after about 5 years. He came back for me to work on a website for him. It's a small project, but it's a project nonetheless, and then he came and said, okay, I want to do this, and I charged him $650 for it. So again, I've got all these different revenue streams, the trainings, the masterminds, the web design services, and then people coming in and downloading stuff from me all the time. 100-day blog challenge. When does it start? That one starts pretty soon. It's going to start in a couple of weeks. So about 2 weeks, because right now I'm wrapping up Maintain Your Momentum. If you want information about my challenges or when I do masterminds, you can email me, lhenry@sistasense.com. If you want to get access to Maintain Your Momentum, it's been 6 weeks and I have a lot of awesome trainings in there as well. You can basically go to my shop. So shop.sistasense.com. You'll see XXX Success, the workshop that's going to help you get clear about your money markers, your revenue goals, and how you can do smart marketing. And then you have Maintain Your Momentum, which is what I'm doing right now, showing the ladies how I launch my products and also sharing with them different things that they can do to create their own 7-day challenges. Last week we worked on Amazon stores. So I'm very much, what I do, I teach, and I try to empower women in my circle to use technology to create content, repurpose their material, and monetize it in smart ways. So as I say that to you, again, at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, I don't know what's going to sell today, but I know something's going to sell today. Because these different revenue models are working for me. So think about for yourself, do you have low price point products? Do you have high price point products? Do you have, passive income? Do you have other people's products? Don't feel bad if you don't have all of it right now. I tell people at the end of the day, do not compare your beginning to somebody else's middle. I've been doing this for 16 years, so you may not have what I have. I put in my damn time to have what I have, right? But like I just told you, every time I complete a product and a program, I do the next one. I move on to the next one. So that's what helps me build my inventory. When I talk to clients, you say, right, yes. When I talk to clients, I tell people, folks get it twisted all the time. And how they get it twisted is they say, well, okay, LaShanda, I need the membership site today. I need to have 3 ebooks today. I need to have my landing page today. I need to have that webinar done today. And then they don't get anything done because they damn going to do all this stuff. None of it's going to get done because just the thought of getting it done is so intimidating. I tell people, you got to phase in your greatness. You do one thing at a time. At the beginning of the year, last year, I said I'm going to commit to doing one mastermind a quarter. Oh yes, one step at a time. Absolutely. I commit to doing one mastermind a quarter. That means I do 4 for the year. That means at the end of the year, I have 4 major products that I can repurpose and sell again. I'm fine with that. Right now, I'm doing my clarity calls again. I had closed them for a very long time. And now that I'm doing them, I said, look, it's over at callme.sistersense.com. If you can get a call, I only do 6 for the month. Great. If you can't get a call, get on the waiting list. And I'll talk to you next month because I'm not going anywhere. But when I talk about this idea of, raising your prices, because that's the focus, right? I was doing clarity calls, $30 for 30 minutes. And then $60 for 60 minutes. Okay, that's ridiculous. Nobody does that, right? When people said to me, charge $100 or $200, $300, I was like, I can't do that. One, because I don't want to do that to my clients. I don't think what I'm saying to them, I should be charging them that. And people go, you're crazy, you're amazing. But still, I tell people I started off on a floss string budget, so I wanted to charge that amount. Then now my clarity calls are $50 for 30 minutes and $100. So I've raised it slightly, and it works for me and it works for my clients still, but it's within my comfort zone, right? So one of the things I learned is that if somebody tells you to charge $300 and then you charge $300, not because you're confident in you or your product, because they told you to, you're not going to sell shit because you're not going to know how to sell it. And if you can't confidently sell your product, people won't buy. So even when I was charging low, I could confidently say, I know that I can give you what you need at 30, or I know that I can give you what you need at 100, and I can confidently put my foot in it. That helps. Okay, because you sell more when you're confident. So I wouldn't say go with that person who's like pushing you to do more. Oh, you just need to know you've got value. Why can't you acknowledge your value? That wasn't me. You've got to be confident about what you choose. So even though I chose a low price point, I was confident enough in what I could deliver at that price point, which made it okay. I have clients who come to me and service professionals who come to me and they go, I'm going to add this and this and this and this and this. And I go, why? Because it sounds good and I want to show them all the value. But then they're freaking out because they don't know how to deliver it. I'm like, well, if you can't deliver all that shit, why did you put it in there? Because I wanted them to buy it and I wanted them to buy it for cheap. And I'm like, no. So for me, being confident, number one. And number two, only selling what I know I could confidently sell. So when I was doing websites for $100 or $200 and somebody said to me, can you build me a store? I was like, no, I can't. I don't know how to build stores. But then as I built up my expertise and now I can do landing pages, I can customize name networks, I can create autoresponders, I can create membership websites, I could teach you how to build your membership website, right? Now that I can do that, I can say with my eyes closed 2,500 and 4,500, yeah, it's 5,000 because I know what it takes. I know what I'm doing. And a part of the reason you're afraid to charge at least I know that I was afraid to charge, was because I didn't feel like I had enough experience, right? So I had to build up my credibility. I had to build up my experience. I had to build up my bank account, and all of those things helped build that confidence level. Okay. And even being able to diversify. So I wasn't freaking out. If I didn't make a web design sale today, I'm okay because I know that other stuff is selling. And so all of these little pieces helped me work through the fear, because I couldn't just do what people were saying. Well, just charge more. It's like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Loving the honesty. Thank you. I hope that, I'm just trying to be real about it, right? When people just say, my hubby says to me, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. So, you go online and they're charging $3,000. Why aren't you charging that? Because I can't confidently charge it for that. I can't. But then as I grew the experience, I got better. So one of the things that I did, and that was one of the last things that I did that I will share with you guys as far as the confidence factor is concerned. Listening to me, when I'm telling you, literally, I went from $100 product to $4,500, $10,000, right? One, I told you, don't stuff the product with shit just because you want to sell it. Tell them all the things that put on the sales page that sound good, but you don't really know you could deliver. I didn't do that, right? Number two, when I came up with the $4,500 product and the $10,000 product, I was like, shit, this is, I would buy this shit. This is amazing, because I knew what I was delivering, and I knew the value, and I knew that even when I sell something at 25 or 45, somebody else is selling that shit for $10,000, and they're not even doing it half as good as me, right? So that cockiness, right? What they say is, what did 50 say? Not confusing his cockiness for confidence. That cockiness was confidence, because at that point it wasn't about just stuffing things in to sound good. I knew I had the experience to back it, and that helped me as well. Okay. The last thing I will say, as far as fear of pricing is concerned, again, you want to participate in Triple X Success. It was a 2-day workshop. You can go on, sign up for it. You get access to everything. I talk about the, hey, what's up, sweetie? Fire, fire, fire. I know, right? It's all about that fire. What's up, Latursa? Welcome, welcome, lovely lady. For me, one of the things that I had to do was I had to learn that, and I'm going to talk to you guys about this tomorrow. I had to learn that there were different types of clients out there that I could reach. I didn't just need to reach the person who wanted a website. There were different types of people that I could reach, number one. And number two, I had to learn that there were different ways for me to sell. So again, the solution for the desperate seller is I'm going to undercharge myself, or I'm going to give you a crazy discount. I don't give discounts without reason. And I found that there are so many other ways for me to sell high price point offers and get people to buy them without discounting them. Okay. One of the things I love to do is bonuses. I'm big on bonuses. Somebody said to me here, and watch that session. I did a session on Periscope on how to get people to buy your stuff. And I talked about, just really being transparent. Somebody said, do you make money from Periscopes? And I was like, I doubled the number of ladies who participate in my current mastermind the minute I jumped on Periscope and started talking about it. And I said, one of the things I love to do is bonuses. So I said, okay, if you sign up for the mastermind, you'll get all 31 days of my replays, which people love. And I strategically use bonuses and add value, and repurpose my material however I can. So I tell you guys, for those of you who are looking to find ways to monetize what you're doing, if you want to build a membership website, that's what I'm going to be working on this in a couple of weeks, over at BYOC, Build Your Own Community. So BYOC.sistersense.com. It's an awesome event. We're going to be at a resort. I figure if the kids get to do spring break, damn it, we're going to get to do spring break too. So I am getting a cottage at the lovely Kingsmill Resort, so that for 2 days we can build your membership website, and then that final day you could do the Williamsburg outlets, because mama like to do outlets. I don't know about you, but they have spas, they have all this stuff, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful location. And I've got the cottage by the water, so I definitely am going to get my photo shoot on with my ladies who come out and have a good time with me. But I'm about intention, so I'm not there to do a speaking session. Literally, we're going to build the membership website. In particular, it's for people who have WordPress websites, so that you can come on and I'm going to enhance it for you, do the technical piece, show you how to do the content. It's in 2 weeks. I know Kingsmill started my event biz in Williamsburg. Oh, awesome! The platform is so beautiful. It's in 2 weeks. If you want all the details, you can find it over at byoc.sistasense.com. My Inner Circle ladies are coming. Those are the ladies who are part of my Inner Circle program. And I am opening it up to 4 other ladies who want to come in. Your registration does include accommodation inside of one of the awesome doubles that we have. If you want to do your own thing and you want to get a big old private suite, you can do that. But your registration includes access into one of the double rooms that I have, because all of the sessions we're going to have inside of my little cottage, and it's going to be sweet. It's going to be fun. Again, it's 2 weeks from now. If you want all the details, go to byoc.sistasense.com. There is a 3-part payment option or a full payment option. And if you have any questions about it, you can email me, sistasense@gmail.com, and I can answer any questions that you may have about the process. So we're just going to basically take that WordPress website that you have and want to monetize even further, add that membership component onto it, which is what I did over on my website, sistasense.com. You'll see I have my mentorship community, which is a membership circle, so that you can repurpose your content, you can do your coaching calls, you can even charge to do meetups, and you can also take a look at some of the couple of the examples of other membership websites that I have created for my clients when you visit that space as well. Okay, so again, reach for the skies, create that cushion for yourself, build up your credibility, work through the confidence by realizing that you can diversify your products and reach other people. First time on your scope, and I'm loving it. Awesome! It's always great to have newbies here. Definitely follow. I don't know if you know, but I mentioned that I'm doing right now 31 days of maintaining your momentum. So I said, okay, for 31 days, I'm going to do a Periscope a day. This is day 24. If you missed anything, you can get access to all the replays by going to now.sistasense.com. For now, I can't say forever, but for now, it's literally $21 to get access to all 31 days of replays. And I put my foot in it. I tell you guys what I know, full disclosure, no fluff. Talking about marketing, sales, motivation, strategies to get people to buy, blogging for business, decluttering your mind and your business, technology, web tools. We've talked about a lot in the last 24 days, and we've got a few more days to go. After 31 days, I'll see you when I see you. I don't know if I could do it. It takes a lot. It takes a lot for mommy to do this every day. So I will continue this conversation on different things that I've learned as far as my startup story going from freelance to full-time. I'll continue the conversation tomorrow. I do have a few more days inside of Maintain Your Momentum, so if you want to send me questions, you can do so. Email me, lhenry@sistasense.com, and yeah, that's it. So I'll see some of you guys inside of my mastermind. Hopefully I'll get to rock out with some of you guys in Williamsburg, Virginia, and all of you, I will check you on Periscope tomorrow. Mwah. You're so very welcome. Bye, guys.